Yes people, what is going on YouTube and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's TJ and over here on my channel I discuss all things fragrances and the fragrance industry. So if there's any content, anything at all that you'd like for me to create, let me know down in the comments. So if you didn't catch that intro, I am in Dubai. Yes, I know loads of my YouTube content is based out here and it feels like this is like my second home. I've done so many videos here and I absolutely love it. Right now I'm staying in a sick hotel room. I was gonna say an apartment, that's what it feels like. Before coming out here, normally I bring like 10, 15 fragrances, but I'm only here for a week and I didn't want to overdo it because I know I'm probably gonna end up buying fragrances here. So I wanted to bring like a selection of fragrances that I really like, or I wanted to test all that are new. And one of the new ones being this absolute gem right here. So this one here is from Guerlain's X Straight line. This is Vanille Planifolia X Straight 21. If you guys have kept up with my TikTok or Instagram content, I've been posting on there for a while that I've kind of come to the realization that Guerlain, when it comes to actual perfume juice in a bottle, no marketing, no bottles, none of that stuff, Guerlain is probably the GOAT when it comes to fragrances. And it's only right because they are actually one of the first fragrance houses, modern fragrance houses to ever exist. If you guys didn't know that, it was Guerlain and it was Hubert Paris who basically set the path for all of these fragrance brands to be here today. And obviously I've dabbled in Guerlain and that sounds even a little bit mad, dabbled in. It's not drugs or anything, do you know what I mean? But L'Homme Idéal de Parfum, L'Homme Idéal Parfum, even Ambre Sama from the Allegoria collection. But I'd never owned anything from their private line, which is like Tobacco Honey, Spirities Double Vinny, which I love. And they're priced at around £295. But I've been to a few private consultations with Guerlain where I've been shown this one and I haven't really been able to get it out of my mind. And after one of them, I actually got given a sample set. So it was a 2 ml of every single fragrance in the X Straight collection. So you got Bergamotto Fantastico, Iris Palladio, you got Jasmine, you got Rose Centifolia, you got Vanille Planifolia, you have Tonka Serapia, and yeah, it might just be the 6 fragrances. I only found the sample set maybe 4 months ago, and I just had it in my room, and then every time I'd get out of the shower before bed, I would spray one. And I remember like every time I'd spray one and get into the bed, the missus would be like, oh my God, that smells amazing. And 99% of the time, it was either Vanille Planifolia or it was the Tonka Serapia. And then I went to Harrods to kind of explore it and test them out a little bit more. So then I found like, yeah, it's definitely between Vanilla Planifolia or Tonka Serapia. But when I wore Tonka Serapia, and I'm not sure if this happens to you guys, it was actually making me cough a little bit. Like it was a little bit cloying. And I was like, nah, I can't buy a £500 fragrance and it be making me cough. So I went for the smoother of the two. And I think this is just an absolute gem. And I've already got a scent of the day on today, but one spray on the hand didn't hurt anyone because I'm not spraying this thing in the air. And this is £495 and this is 50 ml. And by the way, sorry if the camera is shaking because this table is so unstable. I'm trying to hold it together with my knees, yeah? Like them hip abductors that the girls be doing in the gym. But this is, how can I describe it? It is, in my opinion, the best vanilla fragrance on this planet. I don't think a brand can come out with something better. And I'm not talking vanilla in terms of, oh, Bianco Latte or Escapade Gourmand or Vanilla Diorama, where it's like, some of them are like childish vanillas, then Vanilla Diorama is a little bit like boozy. This is just a pure, outright vanilla fragrance done to perfection. That vanilla bean, vanilla extract smells amazing. It even smells a little bit caramelized. Smells a little bit boozy to my nose as well, you know. But there's a real slight powderiness that you get at the background, and I think that comes from the musk in here. But honestly, oh man, this juice is absolutely insane. And a quick one, when you buy any of the X Straight fragrances, you can customize the bottle. So this is not how it came. You can actually customize the neck of the bottle. So I went for this red ribbon detail and I wanted a lid or cap to match, but they never had the red in stock. So I had to go for the wooden one. I was gonna say I had to go for the wood, but that's crazy. And come on, man, when you're buying a £500 fragrance and you're saying I can customize it, how do you not have what I want? But anyway, the good thing is anytime you want, you can basically take the bottle back into a Guerlain boutique or take it back to Harrods 6th floor and you can customize it whichever way you like, which I think is good. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Also got it engraved on the back if the camera can pick it up. And what's crazy, I didn't know this. So for the Guerlain private line fragrances, the Tobacco Honey, Spirities, Double Vinny, all of that stuff, you can actually refill them. And I think the price of this was obviously $495, and I think they said I could refill it for 25% off. So that's good if I want to do that in the future. Will I ever run through this bottle? I'm not sure, but there's the option. And in my opinion, this is like a sexy, very intimate kind of date night fragrance. So when people say date night fragrances, you're like, yeah, cool. This is one that you just want to smell when someone's next to you. This literally smells like, you know, when you hug someone, like I always talk about the missus. You know, when you hug the missus and you smell her hair, the skin, the perfume, and it's just like warm. Like if you know the feeling, innit? This is Vanille Planifolio in a bottle. And I would actually love for her to wear this, but I'm not sure if I'm going to let her grubby mitts on it because she oversprays and she can't be spraying like 20, 30 sprays of this because, yo, I'm just hearing ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. But yeah, Vanille Planifolio, if you haven't tried it, definitely go and try it. And if you love this, but you don't want to spend that kind of money, there's something £200 cheaper that Guerlain offer, which is still expensive, which is Spirites Double Vanille. You can get that for £295. I think that's a great alternative. And I was actually close on getting that one because I always said to myself, my limit when it comes to perfumes is 300. I'm not going to go above that. Obviously, I messed up with this one, but this is the exception. So that is the first one on the list. So the next fragrance I wanted to bring, I have brought this one here. This is Ambre Papier by Atelier Materi. And I've used quite a lot of this, but I normally decant this and bring this abroad with me. This is not one that I've caught myself wearing a lot when I'm in London, yeah? This is obviously an amber fragrance by the name suggests, amber, vanilla. You do get some spices in there, like I think they list black pepper and whatnot, but it isn't proper prominent or strong. It's actually a smooth amber. You get a few florals in there. And I've actually tried this a lot of times with different people. I always put them onto this because when people go and try the extracts from Atelier Materi, they always go to Burgundy Oud. And when you smell Burgundy Oud first, which is a fruity oud fragrance, smells similar to Oud Maracuja, you're not really gonna smell this after. So go for this first, leave Burgundy Oud till last. But I describe this one as smelling like bubble gummy. Like the florals in here just do something to me where it's like an actual hubba bubba that you'll blow out and just like pop. It's one of them ones, but no one that I've let smell actually gets that. So if you know what I'm saying, or if you've smelled this one and you're like, yeah, that's bang on, let me know. And if you have a totally different opinion to me, obviously let me know that as well. But yeah, this one I actually wore last night. We went to, me and Jay went to Rowley's in DIFC in Dubai. Absolutely amazing steak restaurant here. You know when they make the steak, but I hate fat on steak, so I'll always go for like the fillet or I'll go for the sirloin and I'll cut off the fatty bits. This one was like a ribeye and a sirloin. There was fat on it, but you know when they've rendered it down, man sounds like I'm Ramsay. When they've rendered it down and it's like you can eat the fat on the steak. It was absolutely succulent. Absolutely loved it, yeah? And I met a guy in there who sat next to me and he's like, I watch your content, like grown man and stuff. And he was like showing me bare love. So if you see this video, I appreciate it. Appreciate you every time. But I wore this one yesterday. In the evening, it was hot. It wasn't like super humid and that, but I could feel it like radiating off my skin. And as I was eating with the knife and fork and whatnot, I could smell whiffs of it. And I was impressed with the performance. So if you want something that's not just super basic, but it does everything you want it to do well in terms of an amber fragrance, but not being like Grand Soir, where some people say it's a little medicinal, I think Ambre Papier is a fantastic alternative. Now it's 9 o'clock on the dot. I have to be out of here in less than 30 minutes. So let's speed run the last two. So we have got this one here. This is Timeless Lovers from ex Nihilo. And you can see from the cap, this is a Paris exclusive. And I know what you guys are gonna say. This is a oud and rose fragrance. You're gonna be like, TJ, man, ain't you got enough oud and rose fragrances? Don't brands release enough oud and rose fragrances? You got Ombre Nomad, you got Arabian's Tonka, you got Oud Satin Mood, you have the lot. Yes, I know that. But this one is very different. And I know everyone says it all the time. Yeah, but this one's different. This one stands out. This one actually does. And I would say this is more, more masculine. And the reason I would say that is because this is oud and rose. Yeah, you do get some spices, but I'm telling you, on skin, as it dries down and your skin like warms up, you get this really grainy, textured leather that for me smells kind of sexy, kind of masculine, kind of dark. Do you know what I mean? So Timeless Lovers, and I haven't had it for too long, and I've actually used quite a lot of the juice, but I really wanted to see how this one holds up in like the evening here in Dubai. And yeah, that's the only reason I brought this. I don't think it's one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. It's not the best from ex Nihilo. I was contemplating bringing Blue Talisman X straight to see how that performed and maybe do some blind smell tests, but the missus was like, no, you got to take this one. So I listened to her. And now last but not least, this is going to shock you. So I've done content before saying my worst fragrance houses are Diptyque, Le Labo, and Byredo, yeah? I've already retested Le Labo. They're kind of mid. I'll give them like a 5, 6 out of 10. I retested Diptyque. I'm yet to go to Byredo. I'm hoping to do that today. But I retested Diptyque, and you know what I've done? You know what I've done? I bought my first Diptyque fragrance. And what's crazy, I didn't actually know they do like the artwork in the back. But this fragrance here is called Ilio. And I was testing this with my guy Luke from H Beauty because he's now the brand manager for Diptyque in Harrods. So if you go to Harrods and want to test that Diptyque, go to Luke, tell him TJ sent you. He will really look after you. I'm telling you, he's the one of the best in the game. And I just clocked, they kind of have like the notes or the story in a picture on the front as well. And when I was testing a load of their fragrances, they had like Bohème Benjoin or Benjoin Bohème, which was like an amber, silky vanilla fragrance. They had Eau Duel, which was lovely. The EDT I preferred to the Parfum. And I was smelling a lot that was like, okay, I like, or I have something similar in my collection. But when I smelled this one, I didn't think that. So after testing them, I was like, you know what? Luke's been good to me today. Like, I've appreciated testing out the house. I actually rate them a lot higher than I did before. Let's just pick one up, but let's go for something a little bit different. And I would say this one to me, it's not gonna be for everyone, yeah? I just wanted something different, obviously. It smells a little bit retro, it smells a little bit vintage, a little bit older, but like a timeless classic. You know, when you see those old BMWs on the road and you're like, bruv, how's that even passing MOT? It does, and it's there, and you look and you're like, rah. This is one of those ones. So in there, he said the opening was like a cactus, or no, he said prickly pear. And I did get the pear in there, but what was more to me was I was getting, oh, the pear is flipping juicy. So if you like that pear in Blue Talisman, imagine it a lot more fresher, a lot more juicier. That's what you get in Ilio. And on top of that, you get some florals, you get some musk in there, and you get iris. But I think the best thing with this is the timings when it comes out. So first off, hit with that juicy, fresh pear after about 3 or 4 minutes. Then the powderiness and that kind of muskiness comes in. Then on skin, it just sits there, lovely iris, but fresh. It's absolutely amazing. Try and layer Blue Talisman with Dior Homme Intense and see how that does. But yeah, I'm super happy with this fragrance pickup. I'm happy with the fragrances that I brought with me. Obviously, I'm gonna give you guys an in-depth review of Ilio over on my TikTok. So go and follow that if you don't already. And I'll give you guys an update on how these actually performed for me out here and which one I like. So yeah, stay tuned because I'll get that out quickest in short form, yeah, because YouTube's a bit of a grind, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys think of my selection. And a question for you lot, yeah? If you could only bring one fragrance to Dubai, one, for the Dubai heat, for the Dubai weather, for the Dubai lifestyle, yeah? And you want to smell good everywhere you go, what fragrance are you picking? And don't flood the comments with Louis Vuitton's Imagination because we already know everyone's bringing that, but be a little bit different. Let me know. I'll read all of the comments. And yeah, man, appreciate you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Love for the love.